I'm diving into the world of electric cars to see if they really live up to their eco-friendly hype. Let's put them to the test. Electric cars have been gaining popularity in recent years, and it's no surprise why. They're sleek, they're modern, and they're supposedly better for the environment. But just how eco-friendly are they, really? Are they truly a game changer? Or are there some hidden drawbacks that we're not being told about? That's what we're going to explore today. The central issue here is that most of us assume electric cars are a no-brainer when it comes to reducing our carbon footprint. We think that because they're electric, they must be clean, right? But what if I told you that it's not quite that simple? What if I told you that there are some surprising factors to consider that might just change your mind about electric cars? Well, let's get into it. If we're going to talk about the eco-friendliness of electric cars, we need to look at the entire life cycle of these vehicles, and that includes production, not just operation. So, what's the deal with battery production, for example? Are those massive lithium-ion batteries really as harmless as we think? And then there's the energy source itself. Is it really renewable, or is it still coming from fossil fuels? These are questions we need to answer. When you start to dig deeper, you realize that there's a lot more to the story than just the zero emissions tagline. From resource extraction to end-of-life recycling, electric cars have an impact that's not always immediately apparent. And that's what we need to talk about. The problems we're trying to solve with electric cars might not be as straightforward as we thought. Battery production, for example, is an energy-intensive process that requires a lot of water and other resources. And then there's the issue of mining for rare earth metals, which can have devastating environmental consequences. It's not all doom and gloom, of course, but we need to have a more nuanced conversation about this. What's also interesting is that even when electric cars are running on renewable energy, their overall emissions savings are often lower than we think. I mean, think about it. Most electric cars are still manufactured using fossil fuels, and then there's the issue of transportation and infrastructure. It's not as cut and dried as we're led to believe. One of the most surprising statistics I came across is that if you're charging your electric car from the grid in the United States, it's only about 20% more efficient than a gas-powered car. That's not as big of a difference as you'd think, right? And that's just one example of how our assumptions about electric cars might not be entirely accurate. So, what does this all mean? Well, it means that electric cars are certainly a step in the right direction, but they're not a silver bullet by any means. We need to be more aware of their limitations and the potential drawbacks if we're going to make a real impact on the environment. In conclusion, electric cars are definitely a more eco-friendly option than their gas-guzzling counterparts, but they're not without their flaws. We need to be more nuanced in our thinking and consider the entire life cycle of these vehicles if we're going to make a real difference. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to share your thoughts on electric cars in the comments below. And if you want to learn more about sustainable transportation, be sure to check out our next video on hybrid vehicles.